All right. So I will start the presentation, and hopefully people will join us as we go. That seems to be the case most of the time, but what I was saying before, most of the people, at least on the East Coast, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, are having a high wind problem right now, and internet is down, power is down, and we're having some trouble with connection abilities. So if something all of a sudden starts to shake, know that it might be the service right here where I'm recording. So hi, David. Thanks for joining us. So I will start just telling you a little bit about the organization and what's going on right now. You can ask questions and we'll go around at the end and we will all introduce ourselves, tell you what you're about, what your business is, and ask any questions along the way too. So we have myself, and some other members on the line, and hopefully some others will join us along the way. So Functional Health Center, I can hear you, but what's a name that we can call you other than Functional Health Center?
Nicole.
Nicole, okay. Nicole, how did you hear about us? Or about this tonight?
One of my interns, I asked her to find some local networking groups.
Okay.
She found you.
Online.
Yes.
Okay, and where are you from? What state?
In Pennsylvania.
You're in Pennsylvania? What county?
Montgomery County.
Montgomery, okay.
I also cover Philadelphia too.
All right, yeah, so we do have a pretty good core group right there. Carrie, you're signed on twice now. You're muted.
I can't see anything.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Hopefully that'll work for you. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about NLBP, which is the Natural Life Business Partnership. Are you guys hearing feedback? I am.
You have to mute her because she's on twice. Okay,
All right. All right, Carrie, I muted you. All right. So the Natural Life Business Partnership, and we are a membership-based professional organization for holistic, spiritual, earth-centered business owners. We call it a heart-centered individual or a heart-centered entrepreneur. And what we do is we are national. We have rolled out nationally at this part. We do have in-person networking in certain areas, but not everywhere that there are members. When we get a group of, I would say like maybe start of 5 people, then we start to do in-person networking in that particular area with via a regional leader. So I cannot be everywhere, but I tried to be the first, I would say 2 years. I tried to go to every single thing that we did. And as we started to grow and grow and grow, I couldn't be personally at every single event. So we started to hire regional leaders that volunteer their time to work as leadership for the organization, but also to run our networking events. And David is with us. He's one of our regional leaders down in Red Bank in Monmouth County, New Jersey. But what they do is they run coffees on my behalf and the organization, and there's holistic happy hours. I know Morris County in New Jersey is starting hikes right now. We have evening events and morning events, and whatever each region wants to do, that's what they do individually. But collectively, we come together via Zoom for these meet and greets. These are national calls. I run a what works, what doesn't, and why not entrepreneurs frustration line, where people can call in the first and third Monday of every single month at 8:30 in the morning. And for an hour, we talk about business successes and we celebrate those together as a collaborative community. And we talk about your frustrations. So if you're having trouble with marketing, or hey, I don't know how to use Canva, I don't know how to set up a LinkedIn profile, or I have this client and they're annoying the crap out of me, I don't know what to do about it. We come together, those are not recorded, so you're completely in a safe place, and you can talk about where I'm frustrated, where you need help, and I may have the answer, I may not have the answer, but there's usually someone on the line that has been through that particular situation on their own and says, hey, this is what I did when I hit that in my business. and you get a lot of opinions and thoughts about people and other members that have gone through the same situation. And I try to coach wherever I can. We call it like laser coaching on specific issues. And it could be time management. It could be a cash flow thing. We have negotiated rents. We have people that have written books and other people have edited or done the reading part for them. So we try to work as a community to really raise the bar of professionalism within our industry. And when I talk about our industry, I'm talking about anything that's spiritual or natural based, and we allow you to define that. But it's more of how we think and work as a community together. So we do believe in abundance for all. We do believe in spirituality as a collective consciousness. When I do a lot of our business intensives, which is something new that we're doing, but I am doing more of, we talk about intuition and what you might feel. So it's a little bit different than a normal business community, which you might find in a BNI or a Chamber of Commerce. So we're all like-minded individuals. I run what's called Coffee with Camille, where we have a topic of every single month. In the month of February, it's called Spreading Your Love. And we talked about how you talk about your business and some words that we've used to help that out. That is recorded and put in an archived library for all of our members to access at any time. And then if we meet in your area individually, we also talk about that same topic as a group around in all those in-person meetings. So that's one of the things that we have. We have an authors group, a speakers forum. We have Side Business Struggles, which is a nighttime group that talks about if you have a full-time job and you're really struggling with some other issues in your business. Usually it's cash flow or time management at that point. How do we get to be all our authentic self and create a community that way? So we have a lot of things that go on within the community. We're just starting retreats now. We have another one's called Business at the Beach. That's in May. We just had a business intensive in Philadelphia, which was an overnight intensive. But what we learned is it really should be 2 or 3 more days with the same agenda, but it was our first time doing it, so it was really kind of overloaded, but I think the results were really good nonetheless. With our membership, we also do challenges almost every month. They're not going to be every month, but we have at the end of last year, from October through December 30th, we had what was called our 90-day business challenge, where we really, really worked together to decide what that challenge was, what our goal was by the end of the year, and what we had to do every single month to get there. And we have a back-end Facebook group that is a closed member group where we can all talk to each other. And we really kind of cheered each other on to say, hey, this is my goal, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm getting there. And it was really, really excited. And we did see some major players really make some shifts within their business in those last 90 days. We just finished on Sunday evening a one-on-one challenge, which was really a child of that 90-day challenge where people started to talk to each other and meet each other for coffee. Out of that, we created a one-on-one challenge, and we had to meet 30 people in 21 days. And it could be in person or it could be on Zoom. So it was really meeting someone face-to-face and learning about their business and how you could collaborate together or just really understand each other more in our community. So that was a big challenge. In the month of March, we are running into membership month, and we just had a new challenge start to introduce members into the community so we can double our membership by the end of the month. And there's points given to get people to come to the Zoom meetings, get people to come to our coffees. All of our programs for you that are a part of this are all free and unlimited for the month of March. So after this Zoom meeting, we really do encourage you to try any of our other things. If it's coffee with me, if it's an in-person meeting somewhere else, if it's one of our business forums or workshops, it's all free for the month of March just to try out and see what we're like. A lot of what we're about is raising that bar of professionalism within us and really helping each other build authentic businesses. As a solo entrepreneur, which a lot of us are, there are some smaller businesses, but most of us are solo entrepreneurs. We may have one or two assistants, but we're truly our own CEO within our business, and we're trying to figure stuff out. It's a very lonely, lonely place to be. And on top of it, most of us are introverts and are a little scared or worried or hold these limiting beliefs about being an entrepreneur and being who we are authentically and what we do. And it's a little hard to put out there. So as a community, we really accept each other exactly who we are. We can be exactly who we are and say exactly what we feel and just say, hey, this is where I'm struggling. This is where I'm kind of falling short. Is there anyone out there that can help me or be a part of the community? So that's a little bit about what we're about. I can tell you, a lot of people ask how I started the community. The community started in 2016. It originally launched in Pennsylvania. I think it was Berks County, Pennsylvania. And then after that, we came over to New Jersey. Since then, we've gone to New York and Connecticut. Last January, we actually started to roll out nationally. We now have members from Massachusetts to Maine, part of Florida. We have a few in Florida. We have California. And we're kind of peppering ourselves through the country as we roll out and try to figure out how we're going to grow and still keep that collaborative community and that sense of self that we have. Our Facebook group is very, very, very active. So regardless of where you are, you're always able to talk to someone and say, hey, I'm going to be here for this amount of time. Is there anyone in my group that's around? Do you want to meet? Do you want to talk? Do you want to meet for coffee? And hopefully we're going to start this year really having a lot more in-person meetings, I'd say more around the country in some of our major cities. We also are starting to roll out retreats of the business intensive that we just had in Philadelphia. We're going to see more of those. I was putting those on the calendar today and trying to get some retreat centers, and Business at the Beach, which is more of a intuitive, using your business intuition towards your business, but having also time to balance yourself and time for self within your business. That is coming up as well. So I'd like to go around, and I don't know, does anyone have any questions? No? So I'd like to go around and have everyone, we'll start with our members first, introduce yourselves. And if you can say something about how the organization has helped you, so that will help the other people that are on the line right now, that would be really beneficial. And then we will go to our guests and have them introduce themselves. Carrie, do you want to go first for us? Wait, let me.
Get on.
Yeah, you do that. Go ahead, Carrie.
Hi, I'm Carrie Cooper. I'm a holistic psychotherapist. My practice is in Ramsey. I specialize with high schoolers and college kids. And I just rolled out a new program for parents. It's basically a strategy session for parents to come in and kind of rework what needs to be changed in their home and an action plan on how to do that. Being a member of this group has held me accountable. It's given me great business tips, which as a sole practitioner, I would have just never had. And it's really fun to meet everybody too. Everybody does such amazing work in this group. So it's been fantastic for me.
Thank you. Thank you. And you've been a member over a year now, right? Yeah. All over a year. Yeah. And you're from Bergen County.
Yes.
Fabulous. Thank you. David, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Camille. David Sertansky. I'm from Monmouth County in Red Bank, New Jersey. And I joined NLBP last April. And I am the area leader for Monmouth County. So I help coordinate coffee, juice events, spotlights, and any other activities in the area. My business is I am part of the global expansion team for a natural health science company called ASEA Cellular Health. And the company takes a very unique approach to health in that it's created some resources that actually allows us to replenish how the body communicates the repair process. And so these could be skin cells, eye cells, knee cells, heart cells, or really any other cells in the body, and also the cells of pets and animals. So they can benefit as well. And so replenishing this type of messaging has benefits to health, including things like physical discomfort and even skin issues. And it also represents a unique and often very complementary business opportunity for those who are looking for ways to enhance their existing offerings. My personal purpose is to help as many people as possible avoid some experiences I had when I was younger due to medications and medical advice that did not serve me. And so I've been studying for my own purposes for a little over 20 years, all the different things that I can do to help myself be healthy naturally, and have taken that on as a full-time purpose to get messaging out. I love the NLBP because not only does it allow me to share some information that I think is valuable, I also get to learn about other opportunities or other complementary ways that are valuable. And I never know when I'm going to be able to share, a piece of information that may serve somebody, and it may have nothing to do with my business. It's just information that I've gathered over time. And now that person has a gateway into some other piece of information that can serve them. I love the challenges that the NLBP does because it forces us to get out of our comfort zone a little bit in a number of different ways. I was also in Philadelphia at the Business Intensive, which it was a jam-packed day, but I love stretches like that where we really kind of stretch our brains to figure out where we're at and where we want to go. And then when the dust settles, we're different people. And so that was very valuable as well. And I guess that's about it. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Brianna, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brianna Hastings. I have an apothecary called Fog. I make perfume balms and anointing balms and also crystal and flower essences. And I'm also transitioning into doing breathwork one-on-one with clients. Right now with breathwork, I do virtual sessions going along with the different zodiac signs. So
Very interesting. And you're from Philadelphia?
Yeah, Philadelphia.
And what brought you here to this evening?
A member had mentioned just to kind of check you guys out and see if I wanted to join. So, and then this popped up, the meet and greet. So it's kind of fun. Yeah.
Good. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Nicole, do you want to go next?
Sure, no problem. So I'm Nicole Schillinger. I'm a private practice registered dietitian, and I'm in Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs. I opened up my company in 2011 to help people realize the natural ways to reverse and prevent diseases and get off medications, as well as incorporating in herbal essential oils, exercise. I'm a personal trainer. I teach group exercise classes, yoga. I cook for my patients. I literally make them disease-specific meals. So this was just kind of right up the alley of what I've already do, and just wondering what other people are in the group doing, and kind of reaching out to like-minded people to try to help as many as possible.
And how did you hear about this tonight, or the group?
One of my interns, I asked her to find local networking organizations. So she found me a couple that are actually weekly meetings, or whenever they meet kind of deal. So I've been checking out those when I can in between patients.
Excellent. Good. Do either of you, Nicole or Brianna, have any questions about the organization itself?
Is there like a schedule of what is coming up and when somewhere posted?
So yeah, so we do have online an events section, and now that you've signed up for this, you'll be a part of that events mailing list.
Great.
Which will tell you all of the events we have going on, both online and in person. So in person in Philly, we don't have a lot, although Montgomery County does have some coffees once in a while. Bucks County still has a lot, but I know that's a little bit far for you. And of course, we had our business intensive right in Philadelphia, right in Center City. Those were our business intensive. They move around, but that's where our last one was. And then everything we have online is obviously open to everybody.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions? No, I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot to tell you about. So in March is membership month. I think I told you about that. I don't have the incentives in front of me. Probably would have been helpful. So we are running a lot of incentives for the month of March. On April 1st, the yearly rate of our membership does rise. Right now, for charter membership, we're trying to get up to those 1,000 members across the country. Whatever the rate is that you come in at is the rate that you stay at for the lifetime of your membership. So you lock into that rate, and it includes absolutely everything that we do, all of our coaching, all of our online programs, all of our in-person networking. Should we have that by you, the coffee with Camille's, the what works, what doesn't, and why, our writers roundtable, our doctors business forum, every single thing we do is included in that. We don't charge for anything extra unless we start. The overnight retreats are something special because they're completely optional if you just want that intensive. A lot of the topics and things that we do are all part of membership on the Coffee with Camille or of the challenges. The challenges that we have throughout the year are part and open to every single person in membership. So that's a big part of what we do. But the basic part is to have like-minded professionals come together and be a part of a collaborative community that really help each other. And I would think that some of the best parts of the organization, one, I think the challenges have become a big part of it, which are really fun for me to run, but really awesome to just see on our Facebook community how everyone is just entangled and talk and support each other. It is a phenomenal community that has really happened, and they literally chat and talk all day long about what's happening in their different communities. And with the last one-on-one challenge, it was so interesting to see how so many people came together and met and just took the time to really individually know each other, either through Zoom or a phone call or a coffee. But we did really have a lot of cross-state connections. Dave and Carrie, did you take part in both of that? You did. Yeah, I thought that was
I did. It was really great because I had to actually look at our membership list.
Yeah.
And then you see oh, this person here does that. And it's just, I never looked at really the membership list before, and this forced me to. And just doing that was really worthwhile. But I did meet some new people, which was great.
Yeah. So I'm grateful for that. I just kind of came up through it, because I knew that people needed to meet each other. But I will say as a community, we tend to be a little introverted. So if you're thinking you're the only one out there and you feel a little bit shy, it's part of who we are in this community. So if I know that you want to do something, or if you're interested and you just need a buddy to go somewhere, to show up somewhere, if you just let me know, I'll make sure that someone's meeting you at that place, or have a leader from an area reach out to you and say, hey, come find me first. It's natural for us to be introverted. Not all of us, but I would say most of us are a little bit introverted. So that one-on-one challenge that we just had to meet all of the other members in different states and all around you was a big challenge for some, but a really good way to just kind of get out of our comfort zone. Zoom is another thing. We do find that a lot of members get a little nervous on camera. So not everyone is really comfortable yet, but we are trying to get absolutely all of our meetings on Zoom camera so we can really get used to that. One other thing I just want to throw out there before we finish up is if you are a part of our Facebook page, please make sure you follow us on our public Facebook page, because during the month of March, I will be doing some live episodes just answering general business questions that people are writing in and calling in about, what that might be. So we're just going to talk about answering some of those questions that are coming up. So it might be a really fun way to get involved with us. Are there any other questions before we wrap up the night? Is everyone good? Great. Does anyone want to say anything else before we end up? All right, good. All right, so it is a little past 8 o'clock. It was kind of a short evening, but I do want to thank everyone that came out tonight. If along the way you have a question or a concern or something comes up afterwards, please feel free to reach out to me through email or through our contact form on the website. And you can ask me any other questions. For the new people, I will follow up with you. And hopefully we'll see you again during the month of March for any of our programs. The full calendar will go out to all of you, and hopefully you'll join us again.
Thank you.
All right, so I just want to thank you guys for joining us, but I'm going to end the meeting right now.
Thanks, Camille.
All right, thanks everyone for coming out tonight. Bye-bye.
Bye.